Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. How is everybody? Hello. Let me get over here. Oh, you are right. Okay, so I just got a note from Miss Cheryl and told me that I made a mistake. So I will have to go fix that real quick. Um, we'll have to definitely go fix that. Hello, Mateo. Hi, Miss Jennifer. Long time no see, Miss Jennifer. And there's Cheryl. Hello, hello, hello. My partner in crime this morning. Super excited. Cheryl, once a live stream has started, you cannot make any changes to the description. I can go back in and change it after the fact. So I can do that. Hi, Karen. Hi. Hello, Amy. Thank you guys for joining us. Wow, we've got a whole group of folks. Got the whole posse, the whole tribe. Everybody popping in today. How's it going? How's it going? Hello, Denise. How is everybody today? Everybody tell me what you're working on. Tell me what you're working on. Yes, Amy, this is yarn for the new shop. Look at this. Look at all of this. Isn't this gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous stuff. I've got boxes and boxes of yarn, and that the picture in the thumbnail is actually set up at the shop, and I grabbed a bunch of it after I set it all up and did the inventory and counted everything. Then I grabbed a bunch of it and threw it in boxes and brought it home with me. So I had it to show off today. So I'm going to talk about this today. I'm so excited. We're ready to start selling. I've got yarn for sale. I don't have the shop account set up yet, but I can sell it through my account. So that's not a problem. I can figure out a way to sell it if anybody's interested. And the main reason I wanted to bring it is because this is the yarn that I'm using for my shawl, my part of the shawl for Cheryl and my shawl along, the make along we're doing. I'm using this beautiful color. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And no, I don't know. Oh, I bet I could figure out the name. Let's see, what are they calling it? Because I've got my sheet right here. I'm calling it turquoise. Let's see what they're calling it. Let's see what they are calling it. It is color number 30. Bachelor button. Oh, that's pretty, 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 pretty. They're calling it bachelor button. So this is a DK weight. It's called the Anthem DK. Anthem DK. And it is a Cascade yarn. That is one of the two brands we're starting out with, Cascade yarn, which I'm calling this this is a step above what I'm calling grocery store yarn. So, grocery store yarn is what you're going to get at Walmart. It's what you're going to get at Hobby Lobby. It's what you're going to get at Joann's, that kind of stuff. This is the next step up. Well, and Joann's got some nicer things too, but Cascade yarns, they have some lovely, lovely things. This is a 100% acrylic anti-pilling yarn, and whoops, and there goes the color. And but we also have one of the things that we're carrying. I'll grab it real quick. We'll talk about it again in a bit. But the other things that we are carrying, and I pull this aside because this is something I'm going to be doing a sweater out of. And this is called Pacific. And these are what they consider their daily use yarns. The Pacific is 60% acrylic, 40% superwash merino. So you've got that feel and the luxuriousness of the superwash merino at an everyday price. So isn't that beautiful? This is called Blue Iris. I think it's called Blue Iris. And in person, it's got just a tiniest bit of it's not exactly a sheen or a shimmer, but it's just got a richness to it that is so gorgeous that you just can't pick up on camera. And I wish you could, because it looks so much more luscious in person than what it looks like on camera. But in the description box, there's a link to take you right to these yarns, and it shows you all of the colors that are available. So if you're interested at all, and those of you that were watching this morning, I'm stumbling over the pricing a bit, but I've got that figured out. The DK, the Anthem DK, we're selling for $4.50 a skein, and that has 248 yards. And this is, like I said, an anti-pilling. The Anthem worsted weight is $6 a skein, and that's also an anti-pilling. And I'm going from memory here. I think it was 213 yards a skein. And then the Pacific has the superwash merino, the acrylic superwash merino blend, and that is $8.50 a skein. And we can ship those anywhere in the U.S. I know I can ship them other places, but it's spendy. But we can figure it out. We can figure it out. Miss Morgan's popping in to say good morning. I'm crazy.
I have a heater on right now.
Well, it was chilly 2 hours ago when I started. Now I'm warmish.
Gotcha.
So you guys may notice that we don't have the same background that we normally do. We are in the motorhome. We're in the motorhome, not officially, not permanently, not completely. So what's going on is I have all this lovely yarn I wanted to show you guys and talk to you guys about. The yarn, so pretty, but I have no room. The space that I work in inside the house is literally this big. And so I literally have way more space in the motorhome than I do in my actual house. I keep telling you guys it's tiny in there. Hi, Miss Sherry. Yes, so the motorhome. So it's not ready to move into yet. But what I have done, what I've been doing the last couple of weeks, last freaking year, let's get real. I've been cleaning it out a little bit at a time. So what I finally did, and I knew this is the only way it was going to happen, is I hired somebody to come in and do a deep clean. I hired a cleaning lady. She's a friend. And she's got a cleaning company, a real live cleaning company. And so I hired her. So I have a date, a hard set date. And I want to say it's Tuesday. So I had to get this place ready for her. So we've spent the last week emptying. And, we lived in this thing for 5 years. So it's a house. So it has everything that you have in your house, down to Christmas ornaments, right? So we've been taking things and putting it in boxes and bins and garbage bags and hauling it into the house. So I'll be sitting there and Mr. will just dump another bag in front of me. And so I open it up and go through it and toss, garbage. Because, a lot of the stuff has been sitting in here for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And I'm like, this has been expired. This is old. This is cruddy. And so a lot of it got thrown away, which was good. And then you've got a lot of stuff that is like extra shampoo, extra dish soap, extra laundry soap. That stuff needs to be in the house where we're going to use it up. And I thought, silly me, I'll just leave it in the motorhome. And then when I need more, I'll go out there and get it. Well, that's not happening. I just buy more in the house. So all of the extra stuff went in the house and it's stacked everywhere because I don't have any room for it. And then anything that is coming back out here, like we still need things out here because we still will go camping. Thank you so much, Sherry. Dishes and silverware and cooking things. And I'm not leaving food out here because at first we did have canned foods and things, but we don't go camping enough anymore. Even things like baggies, things like that. They were so gross with dust, that Texas dust. I can't even tell you guys. It's just everywhere. And we have cleaned and wiped, and it just like magically appears again. And vacuumed. And I need to get somebody in here to well, I'm probably gonna rent one of those what am I trying to say? Shampooers. carpet shampooers at the can you still rent those things at the grocery stores? I want to rent one of the things at the grocery stores because I think if I hire somebody to come out and do it, they'll do a good job, no doubt. But the problem is, I've got this big of a carpet in the living room and this big of a carpet in the bedroom, and they're going to charge me $200 just to show up. So yeah, Walmart, that's what I need to do. So I need to see how much those cost and make arrangements, and not make arrangements, just do it before I start hauling in all my yarn stuff. So Tuesday they're coming to clean, and then probably a quarter to a third of the stuff that I took out of here will come back in here. And it doesn't look like it, you guys. There's a lot of storage in this thing. There's a lot of storage space. I was surprised, especially the bathroom. The bathroom has a ton of storage. So I see a lot of little baskets and bins in my future. Yep. Even like this. This opens up and it's just this huge open shelf area. And there's a little tiny area about this wide where I can put my crochet books. And before I had pictures and things like that up there. Hello, Shatika. So what I plan on doing is, I'm not bringing all my yarn stuff out here, but all my active projects, all my whips. I have boxes of yarn in the living room and we don't even have a dining room, but spilling out into what would be if we had a dining room, that kind of area. And that is things that is like, okay, this is the yarn for that blanket, and right on the front which blanket it is. This is the yarn for this item. And those things can go stacked up in the bedroom, because that's when we lived here, that's where my yarn lived. There's a wall back there, and I had my bins stacked up against that wall, and everything was stacked nice and neat and marked on it what was in it. And that's how I stored my yarn for the 4 years when I was traveling. So I know how to store yarn in this baby. Let me tell you, under this table, I can put 3 totes and still have room to move. No problem whatsoever. So my whips that I can easily grab will work really nicely under there. And then I've got, those, I just showed you guys the other day, those great big bobbins that I use for my Sophie's Universe. You saw how big those are. They're this big around and they're this tall. I've got a whole box of those and they're in my bedroom. This is a good place for that. So I can see a lot of that kind of stuff coming out here. And I can't believe I'm saying this out loud in front of witnesses. I promised Mister I would do some destashing while I'm going through it. Oh, I can't believe I said that. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So do you guys think that's a good idea, moving out here? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But I'm not completely taking over the space, so that this is where I sat right here all day, every day when I was working before I retired. I sat right here at this desk on this very chair with this very lumpy cushion. I need a better cushion, and I can already tell I need back support. And I have one of those. In fact, hold on. You guys look up my beautiful yarn for a second, and I'm going to go grab something. Oh, I have a boppy. That's the good thing about motorhomes. Nothing is too far away. So this can go behind me, I think. There's Miss Jessica. You were the one I was talking about. I was talking about you a while ago, but I couldn't remember. I was talking to Jennifer. Jennifer, when I was talking to you about that stadium bag, I was thinking about Jessica. So I'll show you guys again. So yeah, this boppy is going to work just right. It fits right around my bum. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Ah, That's perfect. So I sat right here at this very desk with 2 computer screens and, yeah, 2 monitors and 2 keyboards. I can't remember if I had 2 I can't remember. I'm blocking it from my mind. And sometimes I had a third one set up over here. I was a medical coder, and I did a lot of work right here at this table. Yeah, those bags are going to be nice, aren't they? So we got, and I have to tell you guys, I am on a strict time limit today because I do have to work this afternoon. So today, good thing I'm retired, huh? Today I work at the university. So, and somebody was asking me, what exactly is it you do at the university? Well, I'll tell you what, I don't work too hard. I have learned I need to get me some compression stockings because I always end up with leg cramps after I work there. But it's a theater, it's a full-blown theater, and today's show is a cello recital. And so what I do is I'm the front of house manager. And so I'm the one who I deal with the ushers, deal with the patrons, deal with any kind of problems with tickets or seating or any problems that come up during the show, any kind of situations like that, people that come late that want to be seated, and anybody gets sick or if there's any kind of an accident or injury or anything like that. I'm the one that deals with all that. And I love doing it. I love this. I did it. I have done this type of job since before my grandson was born. So upwards of 30 years. But I used to do it at our local theater, our local community theater. And then one of the gals that worked there she got a job at the university and stole me over there. And I like it better. Don't tell anybody. I like it much better over here. So I really enjoy doing that. But this month I'm working quite a bit. Next month I'm not working a lot. I was already doing things on the days because you never know what days the shows are going to be. And you guys know that we started getting just tons more shows in, and so we're getting called in to work a lot more. So I have to go do that this afternoon. So some of you were there this morning for the knit along show, and I know a lot of you don't go, let's do it, because you're not doing the knit along, and that's perfectly fine. But what you missed out on was the announcement of the upcoming make along, where Miss Cheryl, where are you, Miss Cheryl? Everybody wave to Cheryl. I know she's here. Cheryl, I know she's here because I saw her, because she already slapped my hand and told me I made a mistake. There's nothing new. I put the wrong date in the description box of when we started. Our make along is going to start May 5th. It's Cinco de Mayo, Sunday, May 5th, not April 5th, like it says in the description box. And I actually think I said that in this morning's video as well. So I'll go fix that later. But in the future ones, there's Miss Cheryl. So in the future ones, I will have the correct date. That would be nice, right? That'd be good. So Miss Cheryl and I, now you guys have to give Cheryl some grace because it's the middle of the freaking night for her. She gets up in the middle of the night to come and play with us. I wouldn't do that. She loves us a lot. And so Miss Cheryl and I are doing a make along, and each of us have created a shawl. Mine is crocheted. This is the yarn I'm using, this beautiful, beautiful yarn. And mine is a crocheted rectangle. And I know some people, right, Jennifer? Some people don't call it a shawl. Some people call it a wrap because it's rectangle. You call it whatever the heck you feel like calling it. It's a rectangle shawl / wrap, whatever you want to call it. Miss Cheryl has created the most divine knit triangle shawl. Apparently, if it's triangle, nobody calls it a wrap. It's just a shawl. So, and it is gorgeous. We got a sneak peek of it this morning. So if you guys want to go and look at it, go watch the replay. It is beautiful. And I mean beautiful. Mine is nice. Hers is stunning. Stunning. So mine is a nice little crocheted shawl. And if you can do a double crochet, you can do this. Make sure, now that I'm talking, I got to make sure I'm doing the right. Sometimes when I'm talking and not paying attention, I go into double crochet mode and I just start doing a bunch of double crochets. Can't tell you how many rows I've had to rip out that were supposed to be something else that I did in double crochet. When I'm on autopilot, that's what I do. So, next week we will be, I was going to say transitioning. That's not the right word, but we're going to be talking about both events in the morning knit along. I'm going to change the picture. So it's going to show both of the shawls. So you guys will know that that's going to be the main focus from now on, because the knit block thing ended up being way too easy for most people. So we're still doing it because people are doing it, but we're doing both events at the same time. Now there's no time frame, there's no starting and stopping. It's just, this is the official start date, release pad. She's got a full-on written pattern. She's a bit of an overachiever. And with this glorious, oh, it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Yes, it is. And it is not going to be one of those things where this week we're doing this, and this week we're doing this, and this week we're doing this. But she is releasing video tutorials for each of the sections in case you don't know how to do it. And she swears that even I can do it. She swears that even I can do it. So we'll see. And so there's going to be a lot of times where I am stuck and we're going to be doing live. How make this happen? I'm stuck. So she'll be helping us with stuff. And all right, puppies are fighting. Yay. Yeah, puppies. What kind of puppies are they, Jennifer? I love puppies. The lady across the street, her friend showed up with a dog that needs a home. And the lady across the street was thinking of fostering it until it finds a home. Oh, I fell in love with that darn thing. And I keep going, no. But she's beautiful. She's about a 6-year-old female Rottweiler. And I've never been a real fan of Rotties, but I've only had experience with male Rotties, and they're much more aggressive. This was the sweetest little thing and smart as a whip. She needs some training, but I can tell she's trainable. Just in the couple of minutes I was working with her, I taught her to do a couple things. And she's adorable. She's small. We're used to huge monster dogs. So a smallish size dog, probably 65 pounds. So, a lap dog in our world. I don't need a dog. You guys, don't let me get a dog. I don't need a dog. Oh, but she was beautiful. Just beautiful. Pretty, beautiful eyes and smart. Oh, man, she's smart. I don't think the lady across the street's gonna... She's not a dog person. She's never had a dog. She's got a cat. Man, this is a pretty dog. I don't need a dog. No dogs. I have yarn. No dogs. So, anyway, next week we should... Yeah, helping. And swearing. Yes, Cheryl said there'll be lots of helping and lots of swearing. Well, the swearing will be on my end. I'm guessing, And that's why I'm hustling to do this, because I'm guessing that mine, because I want mine to be biggish. So my shawl, I want it to be about 5.5 feet wide, because I want it to be able to really wrap around me and keep me warm. So I want it to be about 5.5 feet wide and about 18 to 24 inches this way. So we'll see how it goes. I've done the calculations and I've done the math and I've done some figures multiple times. And it keeps coming up that 5 of these should be plenty. So we'll see. We'll see how far one goes. By next week, we'll know how far one went. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't know if I can do this without my notes. And I don't have my book, because now I'm ready to do my iris stitch. Okay, I'm going from memory here. So first we do a double crochet. And then we skip a stitch. Yeah, I think this is right. See, I didn't think about this. I didn't think about bringing my book out here. 7 different breeds, 2 kinds of sled dogs, 1 herd dog, 2 kinds of pits, a collie, and a cocker spaniel. But it's a real live put together breed, huh? Never heard of that. So the design stitch in this. So how big should it get to, Jennifer? Is it 1 or is it 2? One, 2. This stitch here is the iris stitch. And I had gotten all the way through this thing. I think it's 2. Now I have to look, because I don't want to get halfway across this row and do it wrong. Oh, yeah, it is 1. Okay. Yep, I was right. I was right. So the open stitch in this, the one that gives it the design, is the iris stitch. And I love the iris stitch. And I forgot when I started designing this that I have wanted to use the iris stitch in a pattern. And I was working on completely different design on this thing. And then somebody said something, or I saw something, and I'm like, oh, that's right. And because the way I was doing it before, it wasn't open enough. I wanted it a little more open, because this is supposed to be a spring, fall type shawl, something a little bit lighter weight. And so I tore it out and started over and put in the iris stitch instead of the lace stitch that I was using. And I really like the way it's turning out. It's really, really, really pretty. Oh, and this blue yarn, you guys, isn't that just the most beautiful, beautiful color? What did I say that was called? Something blossom. I remember when I was pulling it out of the box, I thought it was Lagoon. Bachelor button. This is called Bachelor button. It is so pretty. So, so pretty. 1, 2, 3. So this row right here is the hardest part of the whole thing, just because you gotta do counting. This is the only row where you really have to count. And this is the only row where, honestly, your count has to be correct. The rest of it, even if you're off 1 stitch on one end or something, you can fudge it. this row has to be correct. So that's what I'm working on, getting this. I know the blue is just gorgeous. And I do have enough of this that if somebody else wants to do it, I want to say I got 2 packs of this. I did. So I've got enough. If we do end up needing 5, I've got enough for 3 more people. 3 more people could buy this. So yeah, this is going to be really pretty, that iris stitch part. Do you guys want to look at yarn a little bit? Do you want to talk about yarn? Look at yarn? I'm so excited. I am so excited. Let's look at yarn. So I've been hinting at it. I've been talking bits and pieces at it. Oh, so you think the dogs are going to be 50 pounds. You got 2 brothers, black and white, sleek fur. Yeah, I can't wait to see puppies. Can't wait to see those puppies. When I first started thinking about this project, I thought I was going to do purple or lavender. Yeah, the iris stitch really made the difference. In fact, I'll show you the yarn that originally I thought I was going to use. This was one of them. This was the darker color, and I still love this color. I still love that color. And I was looking, it was between that one and there was a light lavender color that this one is too light. And this one was the other color I was really looking at, because I wanted a light color so you could really see the stitch definition. But when that blue came out, I'm like, oh, I think this is the one. Because I also wanted to think about what colors I wear the most. And when I throw on a shawl, what am I going to be wearing? Well, one of the things that I wanted to be able to do is take the shawl with me when I go on my cruises or to a restaurant. And most of the time I'm going to be wearing black and gray. Because when I dress up, those are the colors I'm wearing. Even at the theater, I'm going to dress up and I'm going to be wearing black slacks and some kind of a black or gray sweater or shirt or something. And then I could take that shawl and take it with me. So that shawl, the color is going to really pop with the black and gray. So I have this Anthem DK in a lot of colors. We got the most variety of this because I just fell in love with this yarn. And it's such a good price point. Like I was saying, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to get yarn that you guys, it's good quality yarn, well made, but reasonably priced. And this Anthem DK is $4.50 a skein. Okay. And again, that's, 100 grams, 248 yards. So I'm just going to show you guys some of these gorgeous, gorgeous colors that I got. Isn't that pretty? And I didn't get all of them. I didn't order all of them in. And the problem is this company has, I want to say they've got 90 different yarns. So you can't, you just can't. And we ended up, so we order from Cascade Yarns. These are from Cascade. But anything that, if you go on their website, and I like I said, I've got a link down there. Anything on the website I can order in. And they're on the other side of the state. So that's one of the reasons. Isn't this pretty? I think this is called grape ice, something like that. They're on the other side of the state, so I get it very quickly. These are 100% acrylic. This is what I consider, and it's anti-pilling acrylic. This one is, I think it's called peach ice or something like that. It's got just a hint of a peach color to it. I wanted a good quality yarn at a good price that I could get quickly. So I didn't want to order from something way back east that was going to take a week and a half to get to me or 2 weeks to get to me. I don't know about you guys. I have ordered from Mary Maxim and it's taken a month to get to me. I have ordered, and you all know how awful it is to order anything from Joann's. And you get one skein here and one skein there and two skeins tomorrow. And 3 weeks from now, maybe you get one more skein in the mail. And, you know, so you order 4 skeins of yarn, you get it in 4 different boxes in 4 different dye lots. And you guys remember last year, I needed 3 skeins of yarn, and it took me a year to get 3 skeins of the same dye lot. That's not okay. Yeah. Look at this beautiful thing. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, this is a little darker than the one that I'm using over there. And, oh, this is, somebody saw this morning. This is, this one came open a little bit, so I'm going to pull it out and show it to you. It's a super deep, deep green. I think this is the Christmas green. I think this is the Christmas green. Really pretty. Yeah, Michael's is the same. You get a box the size of a house with 2 skeins of yarn in it. And that's the one I'm using. This is a different green. Yeah, it does. And it feels super nice. This is a nice brown. And this isn't all the colors we have. This is just a handful of the colors that we brought in. This is called denim something. We've got 2 of them that are called denim something. There's one, and the other one is a little bit darker, I think. And then that's the one I showed you already. So we've got a really nice selection of these. Oh, and then this is one. This is one I ordered for Miss Amber. She wanted this one. This is the worsted weight. This is the same. This is the exact same as this yarn. Where's my yarn? This is this yarn. This yarn and this yarn are the same yarn. This is the worsted. This is DK. These are multicolor. This is a solid. Same yarn. They call this. Oh, I just lied to you. Delete what I just said. I'm going to talk about a different yarn. See, I get so excited about their stuff because they've got such a variety of stuff. Let me put this back, and then I'll tell you about this yarn. Whoops. Yeah, they have a huge selection of colors, just beautiful colors. And in the description box, I put a link, and if it works, it takes you should take you right to the DK. So I put in the link for the DK. I put in the link for the worsted and this other one that I'm going to show you here in a second. And this is what I'm recommending for my shawl. I'm recommending the DK. That's what I'm using. And I want to say, I think it's going to take 5 skeins. If you want to use the worsted, it's beautiful too. Oh, that's a wonderful price. Now, this one is a nicer yarn. This is also what they're considering one of their everyday yarns. And this one is called Pacific. And it is 60% acrylic and 40% superwash merino. So you're getting the quality and luxury of merino wool mixed with an acrylic, which is going to give it your everyday strength, your everyday usability. This is perfect for blankets. This is perfect for sweaters. This is perfect for stuff that gets a lot of use. This is also anti-pilling, and you can throw it in the washing machine. Now, what I started to say about that and this is these are the same yarns. This is in a solid color. This is in a print. So I was thinking it was the other way around. But so this is the Pacific also. And this is, again, it's the exact same mix. It's the 60 acrylic, 40% superwash merino. This has 213 yards. I think this has 213 yards. So same. These are gorgeous. I'm making a sweater out of this one. It is so beautiful. It is so soft because that superwash merino is just fabulous. This is called, I want to say it's called Iris Blue. I've got this in a green that I've showed you guys before that I bought at Christmas time, and I just love it. We have, I want to say 8 different colors of that. Yeah, it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. So the Pacific, which, like I said, has the superwash merino in it, this sells for $8.50 a skein. And so the Anthem DK, which is the one that I'm using, is $4.50 a skein, and the Anthem worsted is $6 a skein. Good prices. Good prices for stuff that isn't grocery store yarn. This is not Malabrigo, but it's definitely a step up from what you're getting, and that's what I wanted. I'm calling this mid-range. I wanted mid-range yarn, stuff that we can afford, stuff that we can use for everyday projects, but they also have nicer yarns too. They have the 220 superwash is 100%. The 100%. Oh my gosh, my mind's. It doesn't have the acrylic in it. It's the 100% superwash merino wool. They've got the regular merino wool. They've got everything. They've got fabulous sock yarn that we are carrying. Their sock yarn is called Heritage, and it's the 75/25, and it's going to be $12 for beautiful sock yarn. They've got hand painted yarns, beautiful hand painted yarns. And their cotton yarn is, you guys know what I went through with trying to use that peaches and cream, that stuff, that kitchen cotton. I won't touch that stuff anymore. I bought some of this right around Christmas time. And I want to say it's $8. Let me double check. $8.50 a skein. You get way more than you're going to get out of your little skeins of the peaches and cream or sugar and cream. And it's like using the 24/7. That's what it feels like in your hands. It is so soft. You can make baby clothes out of this. You could make a baby blanket out of it. It is that soft. It is luscious. It is that luscious to use, but it's strong enough that you could use it for your kitchen items. So it is really, really nice. I couldn't bring in a bunch. I could not bring in. I wanted to. I'll tell you what. My list was this big when I started, and then I got it down to this, and I got it down to this, and I got it down to this. So we only brought in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I brought in 5 different yarns to start with. So I brought in the Nifty Cotton, which is a solid color. The Nifty Cotton Effects, which is the same yarn, but it's got some a mixed color with it. The Pacific that I showed you, which is the merino wool and acrylic blend. The Anthem DK, and I got a ton of that. And the Heritage, which is the sock yarn, which is the fingering weight, and it's 75% merino, 25% nylon for the strength. But of course, you don't have to use that for socks. You can use shawls, you can do sweaters, you can double it up if you want to make it a heavier weight. You can do whatever you want with that. Beautiful, beautiful yarn, beautiful colors, and we are going to have specials. We're going to have like a yarn of the month where that yarn will be on sale. If you buy that yarn, everything else that you buy will be discounted. So there's always going to be something going on. And like I said, we're just now getting this stuff figured out. I don't even have display racks yet. So it's literally all stacked up on a table right now. We will have I can't think of the right word. Customer appreciation program is a good word for it. A point type thing. We'll have something like that going on. But we're also going to, in addition to the yarn, because it is a little like a local yarn store. It's just very small. It's as if you went into a vendor space and there was a yarn store inside of a vendor space. Think of it like that. But we're going to have the hand painted yarn bowls, and we're going to have the cups with the cool designs on them, and we're going to have, of course, stitch markers and notions. And let me show you the bag she was talking about, because it's neat. If you get to go watch somebody play, if you go to a football game or a hockey game, something like that. Hello, Miss Linda. I was just showing everybody your yarn. So Miss Linda is picking out her colors. So look at this. This is called a stadium bag. And it's made from clear vinyl with the different, and we can make the strapping with different colored fabrics. So I'm thinking different team colors and different football teams, different school teams. What are your son, Jessica, what are your son's team colors for his hockey game, for his hockey team? Miss Linda picked out, I think it was this one. I might be wrong. You know what? Now that I think about it, it was, I think it's, eek, I can't even find it now. It was one of the really, really, really pale colors. It might be this one. Was this one of the ones you picked out, Linda? I think it might have been. I think it might have been this one. She gave me a list of 2 or 3 options. And one of the ones that I had available was one of the ones that she picked out. She picked out super, super light color. She also picked out one called Camel, a real pretty soft brown. And I know we had that one too. Probably, I was going to say today, but likely it's going to be tomorrow. I have an actual unboxing. We had 100 and I think it was 175 pounds of yarn that we got in. That was a fun unboxing. White peach. I'm sure we got the white peach, Linda. I'm sure we did. And I'm not seeing it right here. So it might be in one of these boxes. Because I do have some boxes here and I didn't drag everything out. I think people got tired of looking at it. But I'm sure we ended up with the white peach. So I do have a full-on unboxing video, and I show the shop, and I talk about the corner where I'm going to be setting it up at. And I'm having a website created. It's okay, Jennifer. I'm having a website created. They're working on it right now. And so until we get the website created, when you buy something, it's just going to be before, where we'll either run it through my business credit card, or through my, what is it? What is that thing called where you buy stuff through? PayPal, or the other one. Eek. You'd think I know all this stuff off the top of my head. Thanks, Amy. Darn it, what's the other way that you pay for stuff? It's not PayPal, it's the other one. Money. No. But anyway, one of those pay for apps. I've got them all. And I just used it the other day. I just used it. Somebody just bought something on it. Venmo. Thank you, Linda. We'll do Venmo or PayPal, or I've got Cash App now. Somebody wanted to use Cash App, so I set that one up. And or we can just run your credit card through my company. Your sale will come up through Affordable First Aid, but it'll be there. So until we get all of those things set up with her through the website, that's how we'll do it. Yeah, PayPal. Yeah, I'm still old-fashioned. I do the credit card. But Venmo's kind of those. Venmo is like they don't charge a bunch of extra fees, and all the other ones do. So I prefer Venmo. So, but we can do it. We can do it. And it's going to be a fun store because it's got all the things that any yarn store would have. Just, yes, that's what it was, Jennifer. Yep, I got that Cash App set up for you. And I used it. And I got my little debit card in the mail. And I took my little debit card. Exactly. No. I took my little debit card to Joann's and used the debit card right there, and it worked out great. So that was fun. That was fun. But eventually, everything that we have for sale at the store is going to be listed on that website. So it'll be all of the spa stuff, all of the towels, all of the bedding. She's got candles. She's got incense. She's got some specialty lip gloss type stuff. She's got, I'm trying to think. I don't know. The macrame lady sold her business. So I don't know if the new lady that has the macrame, I don't know if she will want her stuff listed on there. I'll have all my earrings listed on there. So you'll be able to go through and look at all the different earrings. We'll have the project bags on there. So all the things. You'll be able to go to the website and look at all the different things. So as you can imagine, it is a lot. And then when we have to start taking pictures of everything. Now, luckily, and talk about a blessing, this yarn, the people that own the company, we are letting us use their photos. So it's going to be their stock photos. So the colors will be right on. The descriptions will be exactly the same. And I know right now, like if you go to their thing and it'll say shops where you can find this yarn, and you click on it and it takes it to a local yarn shop right here in town. So we should have a link on there eventually. So that'll be nice too. But again, even if there's something that we don't have now, I can get it for you. It just takes a couple of days. Anything that they've got in the store, I can get for you. Even though I would have liked to order everything they had. Oh, they've got some beautiful stuff. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh, Mister's out there. I can see the chickens from here. So Mister's out there giving the chickens their treats. They run right up to them like they're puppy dogs, and they want to be held and petted. It's so funny. I had no idea chickens were like that. I had no idea. They're so funny. We were at the feed store the other day getting some more food for them, and they had the baby chicks there. Oh, this is so cute. It was so... I'm like, no more babies. Because I have heard, for one thing, we can't have any more. But for the other thing, I have heard that, you get the babies and you have to raise them up separate. And sometimes the existing chickens don't play well with the new chickens. It can be really ugly. I'm not much of a chicken person, but that's what I've heard. That's what I have heard. So if you see a gorgeous color in the Anthem DK, or if you decide you want to go with the worsted, you want to do the Anthem worsted, give me a holler and we can get that mailed right out to you. Shipping is not bad. We did some pretend shipping yesterday, Cheryl and I want to say we could send the 5 skeins anywhere in the country, no more than $8. Might not have even been quite that much. Because I was playing with all different weights and sizes and boxes. But if you give me your zip code, I can look up and see exactly how much it's going to cost. Those chickens are so funny. So that's our big exciting news. I raised 2 ducks in the house. Oh, with your next. So did they wander around in the yard, or were they house ducks after you raised them? I won't let them bring. We brought them in the house when they were teeny tiny. Pirate ship. Yeah, I use pirate ship. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can. I was really surprised because that the purple bags that I use to send my stuff out. Basically, whatever I can shove in that bag, I could send it for a flat rate. And I got 10 skeins. I could get a whole one of these in one of those bags. I can get a whole one of these. And I know I can buy bigger bags. And it might have been when we were pricing out bigger bags. It was funny. I priced out about 100 different weights yesterday. So, yeah. So that's my big exciting news. It was so funny because when I was making that video, I was stumbling all over the place. I was nervous, and it's not my best video, but and I couldn't find the packing slip at first. And then when I found the packing slip, it's like I couldn't find anything on the packing slip. So I wasn't giving out the names of the yarn at first. It gets better. So if you watch it, give me a break. It does get better as I go along. And I know in the first part of it, the sound isn't fabulous because I had the camera over there and I'm over here with the boxes trying to, dig this stuff out. And I wasn't sure how the sound was picking up. And so then I had stopped it. I finished one box and then I played that back. I'm like, oh, I need to be louder, which for me, being louder is usually not a situation. But so when I did the next box, I was able to angle the camera a little differently and I was closer. And then by then I had my packing list and I could figure out how to read the packing list. Hello, Miss Susan. And so I could name off the yarns and find them on the sheet and show the pretty yarns and speak so y'all could hear me. Oh, good. Good, good, good. We can't wait to see. Yes, I'm in the motorhome. This is in a few weeks. This is where I'm going to be. This is going to be my yarn bus, as it were. But because I was showing off all the pretty new yarn, I needed some room to spread out. So I brought everything out here. And I thought this out here, I have way more room. And I could show you guys the beautiful new yarns that we've got. All the pretty new yarns. So... yeah. Oops. I was surprised. When you don't see something in person, it's way harder to tell how nice it is. And when this showed up, I think this is called eggplant. And oh, let me tell you, the colors in this are so beautiful. It's purples and not quite white. Think about a white and purple blended together, and then some greens and almost silver, but not exactly. So pretty. I cannot wait to see this worked up. Can't wait to see this worked up. So Miss Amber ordered that. So nice. Yeah. So house ducks and puppies and kitty cats and, oh yeah, ducks and cats. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm trying really hard to not get another dog because I do know that there's a lot of traveling and it's tricky to travel. Whoops. Don't you fall down. Don't you fall down. It's tricky to travel when you've got dogs. It makes it, it can be done. You just have to pay attention. And what are they doing out there? They dig holes. The chickens, when we put them out in that pen, it was completely flat, and now there's holes all over in there. So I think he needs to put gravel out there and fill the holes in. It looks like a moonscape. So funny. He goes out and checks on those chickens about 10 times a day. He loves those things. And it's good for him to have a hobby like that. It really is. But they seem happy. As soon as the weather nices up, probably in... oh, good. Yeah, tablets are nicer. Probably in another couple of weeks, him and Morgan will go and completely clean out the not pen. The hutch where the chickens live, where they sleep. Clean out all the bedding and put all fresh in there. They'll like that. Or they won't. I understand that, oh, they're digging for bugs. Oh, okay. I understand that sometimes something like that can upset chickens too when you make changes to their space. You know, these guys, because they're the street next to us is a busy street, and a lot of times they've got the loud noises and the motorcycles and the ambulances, and I think because they've been raised with that their whole life, so the loud noises and all that kind of stuff doesn't bother them. So that's good. And then we, because this is our backyard, so, the vehicles come in and out of the backyard, and I think they're pretty used to things moving around. And of course, we had the dogs. We don't anymore. The cat, where they run is their run is completely enclosed with fencing, like mesh fencing, open wire. And Kitten will go out there and sit on top of it because she can see over the fence to the street. So she sits on top of that and watches the street. She's not paying any attention to the chickens, but she's watching what's going on out on the street. So I think they're used to her too, used to the kitty. Miss Morgan's working such long hours this week. Oh, it's ridiculous. They've got her working because she works nights. So normally she starts at 1 or she goes in at 1 and she gets off anywhere. She's supposed to get off at 11, usually about 11:15. Lately it's been 12. And this week they've got her going in between 9 and 10 and not getting in the morning and not getting off till midnight every day this week. It's ridiculous. But she's young. You can do that kind of stuff when you're young. When you're old like me, that ain't happening. Not happening. I'll go to work this afternoon at the theater, and I'll work for 4 hours, and I'll be exhausted when I'm done. I'm on my feet the whole time. I mean, you know me, I'm always doing something, but when I have to be on my feet the whole time, then it gets a little bit harder for me to do. I should have had him. See, now I'm hot. Yeah, it is crazy. I think they have a hard time keeping staff there because it's a tough job. It really is a tough job. So, no, not anymore. And, the paychecks are nice, but in the long run, it wears you out. And then you do get a day off and all you want to do is sleep. Oh, hang on a second. I got to turn that heater off. I'm just sitting here melting. 1 second. Look at the pretty yarn. Everybody look at the pretty yarn while I go turn this off. Okay. That's the other good thing about a motorhome. It doesn't take much to warm up. It's supposed to be nice today. Oh, well, it's 63 degrees outside, so. Linda, this is my shawl. This is the yarn that I picked for my shawl. So I want to get through this first skein so I can get a really good feel for how much we're going to need for it. Because the 2 samples I made, of course, were with different yarns because this didn't come in until yesterday. So I really want to get through at least 1 skein. And then I can really tell you guys how much you'll need. Yeah, it's a gorgeous blue. It's called, what did we decide? It was called Bluebell Bachelor Button. They call this Bachelor Button. I'm really liking it. Oh. My rough estimates, my rough math worked up to that you'd want 5 skeins. But we'll have a better idea at the end of this one. So what do you guys all have planned? What's going on? Are you all better, Linda? Did you have a nice lunch with your son last week? I think we're supposed to have nice weather all week. And yeah, I gotta go look and see what it's gonna cost to rent a carpet shampooer and shampoo the carpets in here. It cannot be as expensive as if I was bringing somebody out. And then I can start moving stuff out here. That's gonna be so nice. Oh, Mexican restaurant. Yum, yum, yum. What's your guys' favorite restaurants to go to? Yes, good night, good Miss Cheryl. We'll talk to you later. Thank you. We don't, yeah, it's the middle of the night for Miss Cheryl. I think she set her alarm to get up at 1 in the morning to do our live this morning. That is dedication. We don't go out very often, but when we do, I like to go to Thai, Chinese, that kind of food. It's chilly there. Chilly and raining. Doing laundry. Praying for good weather. Yep. We did that with his mom. We waited till Memorial Weekend, and then we did that because I want to say, I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. Oh, there's Miss Morgan coming home. I want to say she passed away in early February, so it was still cold and snowy and frozen here. So we waited till Memorial Weekend, and then we drove down to where her husband was buried, the kids' dad. And that worked out really well. Italian. I like Italian. I like Italian if it's not just pizza, but I do like pizza. But your mom passed away in January. My mother did too. Not this January, but when she passed away, it was she passed away 3 days after her birthday. Wow, 5 states. That's a lot of folks coming in. They're not staying. Everybody's not staying with you, are they, Linda? That's too much. January 15th. Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a hard weekend for you. Oh, that's good, Sherry. Yeah, my mom was 83. She always told everybody she was going to live to be 100. I do like the soup at the Olive Garden. I have not been there in so long. So my birthday was in March, and one of my friends' birthday is 2 days or 3 days after mine. And we always shared our birthday. So a couple years ago, it was decided that we're going to split them up. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to make you guys go to birthdays a week apart. That doesn't make sense. So I decided that my birthday is going to be in June. It's nicer weather. We can go, if we pick a restaurant, we can go sit outside. If we go to somebody's house, we can go sit in the yard. I love it. Whoops, that's, see, now I'm doing the wrong stitch again. There we go. I do like Olive Garden and I forget about it. We went to Boston's the other day for one of the grandkids' birthday. It was really good. I wasn't sure what to expect, but it was really good. I hadn't been there. As a matter of fact, that was where Mr. and I had our first date, was at that exact Boston's. We sat outside on the patio. Yes, big hugs to you, Miss Linda. Enjoy the time with your family, even though it's under bad circumstances. Tell lots of good stories, lots of loving memories. That's the best part of getting together for something like that, is the stories. I love hearing the stories. And somebody will bring up something that people forgot about, and everybody will start laughing. That's what that's good for. That's going to bring joy to your heart. Now I'm getting all teary. We've got just a couple more minutes. I got to get ready to go to work. Go see what kind of trouble. That's the only bad thing about this, is I can't keep track of him and see what kind of trouble he's getting into in there. When are they coming into town? You've got a son and a daughter already in town, right? That live near you? Wednesday, they're going to start coming in. Okay. That's going to be good. Yes, I saw that gnome blanket board. I have seen it before, and I don't know if it was you that sent it to me or somebody else. But in fact, what's funny is my sister, who's this craft store that owns the craft store that we're doing this yarn shop with, she loves gnomes. So I was thinking that I need to do something with that, and maybe not a whole blanket because but I was thinking maybe a dish towel. That would be cute as a because she's done her whole house in gnomes, and I could definitely get a dish towel done. Use that cotton yarn, that cotton dish towel yarn. That would be so cute. Do you know off the top of your head, Sherry, how many colors it takes? Because that was adorable. Yeah, it'd have to be something really simple, because you would want that to shine. Texas, boy, they're coming from all over. Hello, Mama Gwen. We've just been talking about the upcoming, 8 colors. Ooh, that's a lot. We've been talking about all the yarn we're getting ready to sell at the yarn store. This is going to be my new yarn bus once I finish getting it all clean. So this is the motorhome that we lived in and we traveled in all over the country. And not everybody knows that's how my name came from. Roaming with Rover was, we were traveling. We lived in this thing for years. And so we were roaming, and I just picked kind of a generic dog name because a lot of people traveled with their dogs, and that's kind of what the focus was going to be at first, was traveling the country with your dogs. And we had, of course, when we left town, we had the 3 dogs and our cat. And so it was Roaming with Rover. And at first, didn't know what I was doing. And I really didn't do a whole lot of, didn't do that many traveling ones. And what happened was we got settled in a place where we were work camping, is what they call it. And we were working for the Army Corps of Engineers at a lake in Texas, which was fabulous because it was right by my daughter. It was about 45 minutes away. And COVID hit, so nobody was traveling, and Mr. had a stroke. So I was working my full-time job. I was working the hours that we had to put in at the campground to take care of what we were doing there. And my mom was up here, and she had taken a turn for the worse. So I was trying to taking care of her long distance, and the YouTube stuff went to the wayside. And then when things settled down a little bit, and we actually that's when we ended up in the oil fields. And I think that's when I started picking up doing more of the filming and more of the YouTubing, because there we couldn't leave. We were on site 24 hours a day. I had retired from my regular job. And so I wasn't, I didn't have that 40 or 50 hours a week that I was working. And then I could do some filming there. And that's when I started doing. And so you guys will see those older films. It's always me in that ugly orange safety vest sitting on the couch doing my filming. And a lot of times it was half dark, or you could see the sunrise behind me, because I had to do my filming. We worked there 24 hours a day. We couldn't leave. We couldn't both leave. It's like if somebody had to go to town, one of us would go to town and one of us would work. Usually Mr. would work the night shift. I would work the day shift. And we stayed right here in our motorhome, and we were gate guards. And so we would check people in as they came and went on and off the oil field. And so we were most of the time we were in the motorhome. Unless it got busy, we'd go outside. But I would usually work 6 in the morning or a little before 6. I liked to work at 5:30 because the guys would come on shift at 6. And I liked to say good morning to all the guys as they came on. So I would usually work about 5:30, and then I needed to go to bed by 10. And then he would be up, and he would take over at 10 and work till 6 in the morning. And, it sounds like, well, you're working way more hours than him. And it really wasn't like that, because even though he wasn't like on shift, he's still doing stuff. He's still cooking, and he's dinking around outside doing things and taking care of the motorhome. And if we were busy, if we had a bunch of rigs coming in, it took both of us to manage the traffic. And or if somebody had to go to town and buy groceries, the other one had to be at the, here. So Yeah, Premier yarn is fast. So, but that was kind of, and I did not want to be up at night doing it. And he had, he was awake most of the night anyway, so that worked out. We didn't have a lot of traffic at night most of the time. So, you can see a lot more of the neighborhood going by from out here too. So, yeah, the lovely safety vest. As I was cleaning out the motorhome, I found them. They were in the back. I think I sent them inside to get washed because, like I said, everything got washed. I almost threw them away, but I'm like, you never know when you might need a safety vest for something. I've got 5 of them, and I've got a stack like this of, we had to wear, and it was funny because we had to wear t-shirts with the company logo on them. You know what I found out I liked? I like men's t-shirts have a pocket. I like that pocket. More times than I could count, I would take my earbud out and drop it in that pocket. And when I quit wearing those ugly t-shirts, those ugly gray t-shirts, I can't tell you how many times I was looking for that pocket to put my earbud in. But I've got a stack of those t-shirts in the back too, because I remember when we left, I asked my boss, "Well, you want these shirts back?" He's like, "Nope, you'll be back next season." And I'm like, "No, we won't." And so I've got a stack of t-shirts. Some of them are short sleeve and some of them are long sleeve. And I keep thinking, when he's out working on the truck or doing something like that, put those things on instead of your good shirt. Of course, he won't. Mister wears a button-up shirt, like that plaid style, short sleeve, long sleeve, whatever. He never wore a t-shirt in his life till we got down there, and he had to wear those t-shirts. And I took a picture of him in those t-shirts and sent him to his family, and they could not believe it. They had never seen him in a t-shirt. Never. So, but that's what we wore. And I'll tell you what, it made doing laundry easy. All we ever had was those ugly t-shirts and our jeans. Socks and underwear, ugly t-shirts and jeans. And those awful safety vests. Yeah, I'll wear one day just for funsies. I'll wear that ugly orange safety vest. I am a licensed security guard in the state of Texas. So don't you be messing with me. Nobody mess with me. Am I scary? Do I scare you? Mm-hmm. Don't be. Although I didn't take any crap from anybody, I will tell you that right now. We were lucky because he was called the oh my gosh, what was he called? Company man. He was called company man, and he was the head honcho on the rig. He was the number one boss. That's right, Miss Dana. Miss Dana wears. Do you wear the vest every day? I don't remember seeing you in your safety vest each and every day. You probably do. You probably do. Yours is probably not quite as ugly as mine was. But the company man he's the big boss. And he's in charge of the whole rig. And he liked us, thankfully. And from the word go, he liked us. I think he liked our dogs is what he liked. And we had some trouble. We'd only been on site, of course, one day. Our first job, our first site, we'd been on site one day and had problem with a lot of the oil drilling sites are on property owned by someone. And so the rigs are run by the company doing the drilling, but there's still a property owner there. And there's, so there's a little of this kind of stuff going on. But so the first day we were there, the property owner did not like the dogs. And Well, Dana, you better come up then. I just sent you a link. And so here comes our boss, because we worked for a company that was leased, I don't know. And hello, Miss Gloria. And here it's like, okay, you guys we're gonna send you to a different rig. And we're like, what? We just got here. What? And here comes company man. He wants to know what's going on. And, he goes, well, apparently the owner doesn't like the dogs. And he knew, we told him we had the dogs when we signed up to work. And the company man says, isn't he a, oh my Lord, my brain. What are those dogs called? The working dogs. It's not a security dog. For Mr. because of his stroke. You know what I mean. But anyway, he was a licensed medical dog. And I know that service dog. Thank you. He's a licensed service dog. And I go, yeah. And he goes, I'll be right back. You don't go anywhere. And the company man made some phone calls and we stayed. And often what happens is you get placed on a site with a rig, and the rig does that part of the job, and then the rig moves on. And then the next portion of the job comes. And the next portion is not a fun portion. It's dirty and it's noisy and it's really, really, really busy. Well, this company man told our boss, they're following us. We stayed with that rig the entire time we worked down there. That doesn't normally happen. So every time that rig moved, we moved. Every time that rig went to a new station, we went to a new station. And we fell in love with those guys. And they loved us and we loved them. And they would have they'd have a special event. Can you hear me, Dana? Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
They would have about once a month, the company man would bring in a barbecue for everybody on the rig. They would call us down, and you could hear. I had a radio, so I heard everything that the guys heard, and they'd say, "Okay, everybody, food's ready. As soon as Mama Robin comes down and eat, you guys can eat." And I'd be like, "No, these guys, they're working. They've worked 12 hours. They're filthy. They're tired. They're hungry." Nobody ate until I ate. Nobody got their food until I went down and got my food. It was so embarrassing. I will tell you what.
Mama Robin, you just held up the whole train.
I did. But they called me Mama Robin or Grandma Robin, every one of them. And but I baked for them. I baked them cookies and cupcakes and cakes and brownies. And I remembered their birthdays. And they'd go home. So they worked 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. And they stayed there for their 2 weeks. And then when the shift changed, I love shift change day. The guys would leave and they'd say, bye, Mama Robin, bye, Grandma Robin. And then when they came back, they brought me presents. They would bring, because there wasn't a coffee stand. The closest coffee stand was an hour and a half away. They'd show up with Dutch Brothers. They'd show up with Starbucks. Now, granted, it's been riding with them for an hour and a half, but I tell you what,
who cares? If you're deficient in Dutch Brothers, holy cow.
Yeah. One of the guys that was around Easter, and those Cadbury eggs, we couldn't get them anywhere where we were. And one of the guys came back one time. He brought me 5 of those packages that I think it has 5 of them in it. I don't remember. He brought me a whole bundle of those things. He'd gotten them at Costco. When he was on his days off, he made sure and found those for me and brought them to me. If they went to town and got hamburgers, they'd come back in the gate, hand a bag of hamburgers out to the window to me, and drive on in. I don't think we fed ourselves the whole year we worked with that crew. they'd go home on days off and they'd come back and they'd bring me a fresh watermelon, or they'd bring me a bag of walnuts. It was just whatever. And I felt the same way.
Texas pecans. Did they bring you
Texas
pecans?
pecans.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Texas pecans. If one of them's having a baby or grandbaby, guess who's getting a baby blanket?
Uh-huh.
Yep. I still get pictures of kids with, and one the other day sent me a picture. I go, and they said, we got a new baby and look at the blanket she's using.
Yeah.
So yeah. Who's that baby? Speaking of
This
baby.
is Mr. I got a haircut.
Let's see. Oh, look at that. He looks like a different dog.
He does. He does, but it grows on you. At first it's kind of a shock not to see all that hair, but it grows on you. Now we've decided he's just as cute. But it's definitely nice to be able to, well, he really likes scratches with his haircut, but like there's a little hot spot on each of his elbows that I can treat now. And
he loves his mommy.
He does. He sticks right by me wherever we go. He just went out and barked at my nephew because he'd never met him before.
Yeah,
very tall man standing in the driveway. Who is that? Yeah.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? And I made him go over. His hands are covered in paint because he's painting the fence, but I made him go over and sniff his leg. His leg. And then he quit barking at him. So good.
Good. They want to know, how is his boo-boo?
Oh, it's fine. It is absolutely fine. I think it's going to scar. I think Dr. Dan's he lacks finesse. As a surgeon, I think that guy lacks, as anything, that guy lacks finesse. I don't know how many times I sent clients, of mine, my horse training or student or whatever clients over to him to have a horse checked out because I said, you need to see a vet, and you don't have to go see Dr. Dan, but he is the closest. And of course, everybody loved Dr. Dan. That's a whole nother story. But twice I sent this one client over to him with 2 different horses, and twice Dan said, you need to put him down today. Like, oh man. Started calling him Dr. Death.
I guess.
Yeah.
Well, look, we match.
Mm-hmm.
Because yours is a Yeti too, isn't it?
Yes. 30 ounces.
Yours is a bigger one though.
Yeah.
Mine's
30 ounces.
Mine's only 20.
I have one in the motorhome and one in the truck because I got one from my nephews and their mom and dad for Christmas.
Well, do you know where this one came from? Y'all know how expensive these are, right? I'm showing off my Yeti.
Man, they are expensive.
Got this at a yard sale for $5.
Oh,
and
heck yeah.
It still had the little piece of paper inside. It had never been used.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the dealio there was, but.
So I'm assuming that I'm going to have to watch the replay to see the yarn.
Oh, no. We have yarn.
I know. But the whole unboxing thing.
I haven't even. No, this was just showing off some yarns that would be appropriate to use for the shawl.
Okay, that you're working on. Good.
Yeah. I haven't even dropped the official unboxing announcing the store, although we did all that here. I haven't put it together yet. It's in 4 or 5 chunks because I stopped it with every box. And I was telling people, I was like, you'd swear I had never made a video in my life. I was stumbling and stuttering, and I was so excited and nervous because it's kind of an important video. Yeah. And so give me a break, Steve. Give me a break. I don't need you telling me how horrible I am in that video. But and yes, I fixed the spelling error from my last video that you told me about, Steve. Apparently he's my editor. He was in a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Steve is my after the fact editor now.
Oh, okay. Good. Well, somebody's got to keep you in line.
Somebody's got to, yeah. So
hi, Cheryl.
Nope, we're not doing bag a day. We're doing this one. We're doing my shawl.
Yeah, she has her own shawl crochet along, and it accompanies a knit along from Cheryl.
Yes. And, oh
Cheryl
my gosh,
Wall.
this morning, I know there's a lot of non-knitters in there, which is why we're doing a crochet and knitting one. But if you guys want to see an absolute beautiful shawl, take a look at this morning's knit. You know, the knit thing that I do every morning, every Sunday morning. That shawl is just stunning. It is beautiful.
Is that Cheryl's?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so pretty.
Wow.
Next week, I think my thumbnail, if I can figure out how to combine two pictures, I'm going to have her knit and then my crochet side by side, and that's going to be our thumbnail.
I'm going to go live with Robin. Okay. Save changes. I think we're streaming.
Oh, and I was trying to show her how to do that. And of course I couldn't because I've never done it on my end.
Show who?
Cheryl.
Oh, depends on what she's using.
It was using my computer.
Yeah, up in the upper right-hand corner, it says stream to your channel.
And I was telling her it was down on the bottom somewhere.
Well, that's on a phone. There are little dots at the bottom. But when, like, I just looked up and saw the red button that said stream to your channel. So, okay. There we go.
Yeah. So we'll have to try that next time. I told her I'd have to go onto one of your lives because every time I've gone onto one of your lives, it's been on my phone and I've not been able to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, it's the 3 dots at the bottom where it says more.
Okay, we'll have to figure it out.
Let's shut off that. Whew. Shut off the heater.
Well, thank you, Amy. Yeah, I probably 10 more minutes. I've already gone longer than I should have because I have to work this afternoon.
Oh,
and I told everybody we were stopping at the dot of noon. That didn't happen.
Yeah. Didn't happen.
And a good thing I took my shower this morning already. I just have to brush my teeth and change my clothes because apparently they won't let me come to work like this and in my sweatpants.
Oh, yeah. They appreciate it if we like go into crochet group. They appreciate it if we wear bras.
What?
Okay, I'll put on a bra and I'll join you guys.
I thought you wanted to be comfortable and have fun.
Right. Yes.
So how was crochet group yesterday?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. As usual, we go to this food court. So there's like there's all a concrete slab on this property. And there's a kind of it's a building with a lot of slide up, big garage slide up doors and tons of windows that we sit inside at like benches, like picnic benches. And inside there's actually a bar set up on one end, but outside are all these food trucks.
Oh,
outside the building. So it's like they call it a food plaza. So yeah, Fairview Food Plaza. It's a food court basically. And so we sit inside and eat and crochet, and they're there every Thursday night. Thursday at like 5:30 to I don't know what time, which is late for me. And the second and fourth Saturdays, he's laying on his back with his feet up in the air. He's so cute. Second and fourth Saturdays, Diane hosts, our friend Diane. And so I got to see her.
Be live next week. I thought it was this week. But next week.
Let me show you. I got a square from her, but I also I got the square from her. It's very springy green. There's that.
Ooh.
Yeah. So this goes up here with she left a tail for you to
weave in. Good
join. Yeah. Okay, so I now have 5 squares. Boop. And she gave me she had this made, this tumbler.
Oh, see, those are the kind of things we're going to sell, stuff like that.
Yes, yes. I love those. Crochet flowers. Oh my goodness. Just
That's
gorgeous.
beautiful.
So, yeah. She gave me stuff.
Oh,
Yeah. Got to see all my friends. One Kelly was there, one Kelly was not. And a whole bunch of people. I mean, we probably had 20 at one, or maybe not 20. Somewhere between 10 and 15. We fill up 3 full tables at least. Sometimes we spill over into others.
that is
There are a
wonderful.
lot of crocheters.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go to that. I was going to go to that one last weekend, and I ended up, and it was a good thing I didn't, because I knew if I left, I had wall-to-wall bags of junk that we had pulled out of the motorhome to go through, and I knew if I left and came back, I wouldn't get back to it. And it was 10 o'clock last Sunday night before I quit. But we got through so much stuff, so much.
Wow.
And we're ready for the cleaners to come on Tuesday now.
Nice.
And see everything that I brought in here for this now. Oh, so sorry, Sherry. We'll talk to you later. She's got a headache. She's got to go.
Oh, bye, Sherry.
But everything that I brought in today, all of this yarn and all of my computer setup and everything, I have to drag back out of here when I'm done for them to come and clean.
Oh, okay.
So, because it's pretty much empty. I've got a few cleaning supplies over there, and I got a few things sitting on the bed, but I've already changed the bed and washed all the bedding. So anything that's sitting on the bed, you don't have to worry about it. They don't have to worry about.
Cool.
And in fact, they're going to have to crawl on the bed to clean the upper cabinets above the bed. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I just knew that if I was crawling around inside these cabinets, cleaning all these cabinets and down on my hands and knees, all of these drawers and under cabinets, first of all, I would never do a good job as they would.
Right.
And I'd be shot in an afternoon and it would never get finished.
I'd be sore.
Oh, yeah. Beyond sore. And so I just bit the bullet and I got a very reasonable bid. And dang it, I keep forgetting which stitch I'm doing. And
what are you doing?
Well, it's a double crochet, but I keep doing a half double crochet.
Oh,
because I'm on the iris stitch.
I'm doing half double crochet, so don't confuse me.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I just bit the bullet. And so what would have taken me all summer to do, they're going to have done in one day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Totally worth it.
And then I will move I'll move the stuff back into the motorhome that will live here and put it where I want it to be. And everything's already cleaned. Everything that came in, I cleaned already. So it's all nice and clean coming back in. And then I can start putting in my yarn stuff and figuring out what I'm going to do and what I'm going to put where. And I'm going to bring my sewing machine out because you win. I'm going to start I'm surprised she told you. I'm surprised he told you won.
I know. Well, it's probably the first game of the day. So he hasn't gotten all cranky yet.
And he's sucking you in with a win.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's a rock, paper, scissors shark.
Mm-hmm. Rock, paper, scissors, throat punch.
Hustlers. He's a hustler. Yeah. So I'm trying to I've got one blocked here. I've decided for these squares, I like the combs on the mats. I like the way they block out like this. Because
that's beautiful.
With the pegs, it left like big loops. So I've reblocked all of those 3 over there and this one. And I'm those big loops will probably still be there. But it'll be fine because you're going to put them together anyway. So, but I think from now on, I'm I'm going to use the combs rather than the pegs. The pegs have their place with all kinds of different stuff.
Yes.
But with this, I like it better with combs.
Thank you, Jennifer. I was watching.
Bye, Jennifer.
I can see her.
What does she look like?
She wears the sunglasses and the hat. Flamingos. She loves the flamingos. I talk about her all the time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know her well enough to remember.
Pinky Jean. Pinky Jean.
Pinky Jean.
Pinky
Yes.
Jean. She does. She's so sweet. She does a video every week of the block that she's done on my knit along, and it's so funny because this week she talked about blocking your squares and steam blocking and what a difference it makes. Now, remember, she lives in a tiny little trailer too. She lives in a motorhome, but it's I think it's a pull along. It's because it's a little trailer. And
RV Nation.
Yep.
Hi, Susan.
Yeah. And she said, now I do not have blocks. I don't have the appropriate equipment for this. So I got to find something that works. She used the top of a cooler, a styrofoam cooler.
Yes.
And I'm like, good on you. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that is a great idea.
Is she in Ohio? Is she in Ohio?
No, she's in Texas now. She was in Florida for a long time. And I can't even remember where she was when I first met her. I first met her because, hello, Trudy.
Oh, hi, Trudy.
Because when I saw her video, I'm like, that looks like she's inside of I'm trying to put up this thing so people know. It looks like she's in a Army National Guard work camping post like we were.
Oh, okay.
And
Corps of Engineers?
Oh, yeah, Army Corps of Engineers. Army Corps of Engineers work post. And so then I found out that's exactly what they were doing. They were work camping just like we were in Texas. And that's how I connected with her to start with. And then it was soon after that they had moved to Florida and they were staying there for a while. But if I hadn't noticed that's what caught my eye about her video.
Cool.
Because you never know what little thing is going to connect you with someone, you know?
Right. Yes.
So.
Well, on the non-yarny front, the other day before yesterday, I think. I don't remember. I think it was day before yesterday. We hauled Deacon down to the fairgrounds. And Mom, since her second knee surgery to fix the first one, is feeling so much better. She got on Deacon, loped him around, and then I got my fat rear end up there on Deacon and worked him a little bit. It was so nice. I haven't ridden, I want to say, in 4 years.
Wow.
And of course it was Deacon. Deacon is so solid. He's just solid. He never jumps out from underneath. He doesn't do all the stupid stuff. He is a pro. He is so nice. And the day before that, we saddled both horses. I worked them both in the round pen, and Mom got up on Deacon in the round pen. And that's when we were like, yep, it's time to go to the fairgrounds and work that boy. So that's what we did. And guess who still has to email in her taxes?
Isn't that coming right up?
Tomorrow's the 15th. Yeah. So I'll get that emailed in sometime this afternoon or tonight.
I get a refund for the first time in many years.
Wow.
Like $71 or something like that. But I'm like,
yeah,
yay, I don't have to pay. But I paid quarterly taxes last year, and that's why.
Right. So Dawn came in, okay. Paula, Jean, Valet came in. Is it Villet or Valet? I probably pronounce it wrong. I'm probably butchering it.
Well, I'm pretty sure you are. I have
Yeah.
no doubt. You know, you are just a truck driver.
I am just a truck driver. Oh, let's see. I'm still trying to figure out. I mean, all these squares that I've done something different on the last like 4 rounds to, bring it up to 10 inches, but I'm still trying to nail down exactly what the last 4 rounds are going to be. So, last 4 rounds are a little different.
You might want to do that before you mail them out to people.
Yeah. Well, those are all 10 inches. They're just done a little bit differently on those last couple of rounds. And this one. Right now I'm at 3 rounds of half double crochet. I like the way that looks.
Here, let me make you big so we can see it. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks good.
I think that looks really nice and clean. So
yep.
And should be fairly easy. And I'm just putting 3 half doubles in the corners and moving along. Yeah. So I gave one to Diane. So I now have 5 squares.
So you're ahead of me.
Yeah. And up here above my head, look at those.
Oh yeah, I saw that the other day.
I still have my Christmas ornaments. Yeah. So I love them.
Yeah, I could do that out here too. I could hang my ornaments out here.
Yes, you could do all kinds of stuff.
Because I think they're still in the house on the table.
Yeah. I'm getting emails from people. They're mailing out their squares from group 2.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So, yep. They get on there and they're like, hey, just letting y'all know I mailed out all my squares again. I mailed out all my squares today. So, thanks again to Ellen for deciding to join group 2 also.
That was very kind.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to get with my gal, and because we're mailing ours out in the same envelope since she's already got them all ready to go. They're all addressed and ready to go.
Is Morgan in group 1?
Morgan didn't participate.
Oh, okay. So who are you talking about?
You're really going to make me do this, aren't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Claudia, Claudine, Claudette.
Cynthia. Oh, okay. Sorry.
In my mind, her name is Claudia. I don't know why.
Cynthia Lovett.
Cynthia, yeah.
She's one of our Pacific Northwest Yarny social.
That's right.
People.
She is. And she lives about a mile from me. She wants something. I had to mail her something, and I'm like, I get the address, and I'm like, I am not mailing this to you. You live a minute from me.
Right? Yeah, I know. And Diane was kind of the same way. Like, you are showing up this weekend, right? Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am. Oh, and I let everybody that was there know that she is going to be interviewed live in a live stream on YouTube on the Roamingwithrover channel.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
I sent you the link.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I made sure everybody knew about it.
And I sent her the link. So
let's see if this is
so pretty.
This one's dry. Okay, they dry so fast.
They do.
Yeah, sitting in front of that. Well, plus I got this heater. I got one of those little space heaters that look like a fireplace, kind of.
Oh yeah, yeah,
kind of, somewhat. Yeah. So I set this block in front of that. It's dry in no time. So I'm gonna see if this is how I want to continue to do these. I mean, I'm only on block number 6. You'd think I'd nail it down by now.
I know the other night when you were like, I don't understand these instructions. I'm like, well, what are you making? My blocks.
It had been a while and it didn't make sense to me that night. But then I sat down in here yesterday and it's like, or the day before yesterday, and got it. It's in my head now. It's
Good.
in my head.
Paula says she woke up to her lights being out and she asked her husband, how
Mhm.
many times have the lights gone out? And he said 11 times since July. And
Wow.
she said, I want to move.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that she has generators.
Yeah.
To help her through these times. Mom's got a great big one hooked up to the house, big diesel generator. She's got a couple of gas generators that help her out. That makes me feel good. Mm-hmm. See how it kind of well, that's a tail, but like these, they're kind of stretched out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's from the pegs. Now, there are motifs that I definitely want, is more appropriate than the way I've got these finished off. Okay. I need to do tails on this. Yeah. I'm doing some in raisin. I think I should show you the raisin. Where are they? Some in a surf blue and some in this coral pink. Get over here.
So, Miss Paula, are you keeping up on your knit squares, or did you give up? I wouldn't blame you if you had.
I can't find the surf blue. Where's the surf blue? Oh, there's. This is the surf blue.
Oh, that's almost the same color as this. Mine's a little darker.
Yeah, yours is a little darker. And then there's the raisin.
Oh, that's pretty. I thought that was going to be more brown. That is pretty.
Yeah.
They're calling this bachelor button, I think. Yeah, bachelor button is what they're calling this blue.
Super pretty. Yeah. I know what bachelor buttons are. Even I know what bachelor buttons are. How weird is that? Okay.
Mess up growing in the backyard.
Yep. I'm sure we got some growing around here somewhere. Mom is redoing the landscaping in her front yard. Big project she's been working on.
Yeah, that's a big project.
Yeah. Because it was done kind of silly. But she's got raised flower beds. Really cool looking. We got my nephew, Lincoln, is out front painting the picket fence. Working. She sent me a picture. I didn't know that he was coming out. She sent me a picture of him out there painting. She says, child labor. And I'm thinking, child nothing. He's like 6 foot tall. And when he speaks, I think I'm speaking to my brother. The voice is exact. I'm thinking that is not child labor. That is manual labor.
Yep.
That's a man right there. They're getting so big.
That's what they do.
I don't like it. It has to stop. I liked it when they were squishy.
Yep. I'm so lucky. My grandson is 26, my oldest, and he is still squishy. He will come sit next to me. He'll hug me. All the things. He'll go, Grandma, come take a picture with me, and he'll just snuggle right up with me.
Oh. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I like to go watch him play. Okay, so here's the thing. At his grade level, which I think is sixth or seventh, maybe. I mean, it's middle school, so that's seventh or eighth, right? Okay.
Depends on where you are. Some places it's 6, 7, 8. Some places it's 7 and 8.
Right. Yeah. We used to just call it junior high.
Junior high. It was 7th and 8th grade.
Well, they don't have a basketball team. It's a really nice school district, but they don't have a basketball team. But there is an intramural system throughout the whole county, and Clackamas County is really big.
Oh, yeah.
So we get to go watch him play these intramural games. And now I played basketball at his age. I was horrible at it. But watching him play, it's like all that coaching started to come back to me. The screening, the so many passes before a basket, and how they screen each other to make a run. These kids are like varsity level skill. They are amazing. See, my junior high was 7th and 8th, both my junior highs.
We were 7 and 8, and now they throw 6 into that. Same with my grandkids. They're throwing 6.
And the junior high I went to used to be 7, 8, and 9. So we had 3 at the junior high and 3 at the high school. But by the time I hit the high school, the freshmen were starting to come into the high school. Yeah. So, yeah, it's changed over the years. But, and he also plays football. Oh my goodness. And he's so good. He's just so good. And his brother, my other nephew, he's more of a creative. He's a creative like us. But at that age, it's different for this old lady. But he is a very creative. He has a creative mind where, Lincoln has his own, I read a Robert Kiyosaki book called Rich Kid, Smart Kid. And he was talking about how antiquated the whole IQ system is, and how some kids have a different form of intelligence than another kid will have. So these two have different forms of intelligence, just because a kid can't sit in his seat to learn in a classroom.
Right.
I was one of those. He has a he has more of he can put things together physically, logically, in real world stuff where Cole it seems to be very creative. So, but it's amazing. It's amazing to watch those boys grow up. And when I walked out there earlier and said, "Hey, sweetheart," and he goes, "Hey, how's it going?" It sounded like my brother. I was like, "Wait, who am I talking to? Who are you? Who am I talking to?" Really great kids. And Benji barked at him. Benji thought he was a stranger danger.
Good job. Good job.
Good boy. Protecting us from the nephews.
The big scary nephews.
Yeah. So anyway, I've had a really nice time. Is Zach? Oh, Zach. Okay, Zach. Have a good day at work. It's church day for me, so I attended church, and now I have work to do. Sitting right here. Got to get these done. Yeah, 6. So when I get this one pinned to a piece of paper to kind of hold it open in the envelope, I'll be almost halfway done. And I need to mail these on Tuesday morning. So I'm the one who's behind, not everybody else. Everybody else beat me.
Now, I got to figure out, I'm off by 1 stitch. So I have to figure out what I'm struggling with here is, does that first stitch count or not count? You know how it is when you're doing your ends.
Chain?
Well, I'm not on my chain. I'm farther along. And I remember even when I was doing my samples, I struggled with this. But
I mean, like a chain 3 for a double.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't
See, so I've lost a stitch somewhere because I had enough and now I don't. I'm off. I've eaten a stitch somewhere. So
I like doing stacked singles for the beginning stitch.
And that's what I did. And so that
did you?
That counts as a stitch. But even doing that somewhere I lost a stitch.
I skipped about every week. And I didn't get away with it either. I got busted. I wasn't good at breaking the rules and getting away with it. Okie dokie. I hear somebody's gut. Somebody's little tummy is making noises. Squeak, squeak. Squeaky belly. Yeah, he's got a squeaky belly. Oh, he likes those scratches. He helped me have a steak for breakfast. He likes raw meat. Jack thought I was trying to poison him when I tried to feed him raw meat.
100. Okay.
Benji's more trusting. Oh, I hear the gator starting up. Wonder if she's coming back here with the gator. We run around here and do a lot on the gator. Makes things,
is that right?
Yeah, it makes things a lot easier on old people like me and Mom and Aunt Martha. It is so nice. It's got like a pickup bed sort of on it, so we can dump, like she cleaned out the stalls and she put it all in the back of the gator. And then when she started to fill those planters that she put together, she filled them halfway up with the old hay and the manure from the stalls, and then put potting soil on the top half. You had steak for breakfast, Elizabeth? Me too. We had chuck eye. Okay, one more tail.
50. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57.
And there's supposed to be 58? I'm sorry.
258. So I'm going to fake it because this is what we do in crochet. We don't worry about the crochet police.
Remember when Reggie and someone else, they were doing a shawl. Reggie, J Hook Crochet, they were doing a shawl and they called it the We Shall Fudge It shawl. I never did look into it, but I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever you wanted with that shawl, I guess. Okay, Zach, let's see if you're going to win. Oh, he was mean to you. Fudgy time. I know. I love fudge, Steve. How about you? I think I'll order some fudge today. I ate a brownie yesterday. I was like, all right, if I get dizzy and start sweating, don't anybody panic. What's the matter, Robin? You made a mistake back.
No, I'm just trying to figure out, because in theory, the person who's writing the pattern ought to know how to make it work.
In theory.
And I remember having the same problem when I was doing my little.
Let me see if I can find that. We Shall Fudge It shawl. Oh, look on my phone here.
Because
hi, Michelle.
Stitch, what happens is you don't have that one extra hole at the end. Oh, my boss. I'm going to have to go, you guys.
Okay.
No, I counted both rows below, Steve. It's the way that this. I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I know what I can do. I know what I can do.
Okay.
Because if it does this again the next time I get to this, I'm just going to tell people.
We shall budget.
Because it seems to me I made a pattern one time and this thing kept doing this. And this is what she had us do at the end. This exact thing.
This was called Shall We Fudge It? And J Hook Crochet was doing it. And it was hashtag Shawl We Fudge It. He is so cute.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta go to work. My boss is texting me.
Try to get some work done today. That's what I'll try to do. We'll all try to get some work done today. Kind of bulking this up. I don't care. I'm getting it done. Done. Done is better than perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way my life's going today.
So I'll count these stitches, these top stitches, because now these top stitches need to be the right number for the next one. Oh, okay.
Buddy? Huh? What do you think, buddy? You're such a pretty little boy. You're such a pretty little boy. Yeah. Oh, he likes his itches and scratches.
Oh, it's so pretty.
It is. It's going to be beautiful. And I love this color. I love this color. I love the way this yarn is working up. I was nervous because I hadn't worked with it before, but I love the way the yarn is working up.
Is that an ice yarn?
No, this is my Cascade.
Oh, Anthem DK. Nice.
Yeah, this is my Cascade that I've got all these different colors, and we've got the amazing price.
Yes. Anthem Cascade.
This is we're selling this for $4.50 a skein.
Plus shipping.
Plus shipping. Yeah. And this is 100% acrylic, anti-pilling. This is the DK. And if you want it, I've got the same thing in worsted weight. And if you want it in worsted, it is $6 a skein plus shipping. And the colors are fantastic. You can see this is just a touch of the colors. In-house, I've got probably close to 40 colors, maybe 30 colors, but we can get any of them. We can get any of them for you. There's a link below in the description box to the DK, the worsted, and that gorgeous Pacific. Because if you want,
tell me the Pacific.
Yeah, the Pacific is just a little nicer. It's like
is it a DK also?
This one is the worsted.
Okay.
It is 60 acrylic and 40% superwash merino.
Cool.
And it comes, I am pretty sure it comes in a DK as well.
Okay.
And I can look no, I can't look real quick. I don't have it. But the Pacific, because it's got that superwash merino, that is $8.50 a skein for the worsted.
Yes, Mary, that's for the crochet version of the make along with Cheryl. Yes.
And if you want it in a multicolor, this is the exact same as the Pacific that I just showed you. So this is the merino and acrylic blend, and this is in the multicolor. Isn't that pretty?
That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous.
This is called
Elizabeth says, I made black bean brownies and pinto bean brownies last night for the kids. Hello.
I've done that.
Have you?
You put the beans in.
You put the beans in what?
Instead of chocolate.
And they're good?
Mm-hmm. You can't tell the difference in the flavor. Oh, wow. I've done it with black beans. I've not done it with pinto beans.
Wow.
Yep. Okay, y'all. I am out of here. I will see you. I've got several. Well, tomorrow the big shop reveal is dropping with the unboxing of 175 pounds of yarn.
Yarn for days.
Yarn for days. And yes, please don't make fun of me. The beginning of my video was terrible. I was tripping all over my tongue. It was awful. And then we've got Rad Girls on Wednesday. And who knows what else. It's a busy week. Who knows?
Who knows?
And then you're back on the road Tuesday?
Wednesday. Yeah. I go back to the yard on Tuesday.
Okay. And then Thursday we've got on the road? Live on the road?
Probably.
Possibly, maybe.
If I'm in a good area, yeah.
Yeah, depends on where she is. Depends. And I will not, probably I won't be in the yarn bus next weekend, but the week after that I could be. Hello, Miss Carrie. Oh, sorry, we were literally
Hi, Carrie.
2 seconds more and we would have been saying goodbye. So goodbye, y'all. Okay.
Goodbye, everybody. I gotta go help Mom.
Yep, sounds like it. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.